Yeah, really proud of these guys on senior night, and we're playing better basketball. We felt like on Sunday, said it on Tuesday. Felt like on Sunday we came in and you saw guys kind of back to life. Guys kind of moving better all of a sudden. You saw kind of guys that kind of been sick for a few weeks and it's kind of running through the team. And all of a sudden, I think everyone's kind of getting clear at the right time. And you're starting to see our energy and the shot making all kind of come back because of that. So, we're playing with a lot of confidence, and now we got to go carry that over to Cleveland.
So many big shots tonight, especially from the bench. Sam Towns had a huge game. Dejan hits 2 ginormous threes there in that second half. 23 bench points overall. How critical was that? Obviously, Marcus is kind of doing what he's doing, but for the bench to produce like that, I thought was huge.
Yeah, huge. I mean, now obviously, you've got that depth kind of back in action, and we haven't been in foul trouble in a while. And tonight we felt it, but because of the depth, it didn't impact us a ton. But they played spectacular. I mean, they go 8 for 11 off the bench with 10 rebounds, 21 points between Sam and Dejan. So when you're getting that production, it just changes us completely.
Going into this week, knowing that there's so many scenarios, including not making the MAC tournament, what was the message to the team this week? Was it basically just go out and we've got to earn this, not take anything to chance. We've got to try to earn these wins.
Yeah, no question, and we weren't getting too far ahead of ourselves. We feel good. I mean, we've been on the wrong side of a lot of close games in this league, and 3 overtime losses, and I mean we've been kind of right there, and we haven't shot it quite well. Tonight we get 41 from 3, 83 from the free throw line. You can kind of start to see the confidence and all that stuff coming back, and our message was more so about just keep digging. Don't worry about the light at the end of the tunnel. Just keep digging, and let get to the next media timeout. Don't worry about 40 minutes. Don't worry about 20 minutes. Let's just play, and next play mentality.
How important of a step is it for this program to take, to go to the MAC tournament? Obviously with so many new faces, this team hasn't been there in a couple years. Just how big of a step is that, to be able to get back to the MAC tournament and then, lock up a good seed like the 5th seed?
Yeah, I mean, this is our staff has done an unbelievable job. Our players have done an unbelievable job. I mean, what we've had to overcome behind the scenes, even from day one till now, not even including the fact that there's 10 new players and all these things that we talk about. It's been a very resilient group that's stuck together, and every time there's been trials and tribulations, they just go harder and they get closer to united. So to achieve, be 19-12, 13 home wins, 10-8 in conference after some lean years, is a big deal. It's a significant deal, and we're not done yet. We'd love to continue to rise up these ranks and pile some more wins on.
Confidence is a word that both you and your players have used so far tonight. How do you carry that confidence level where it is into Cleveland and keep it there?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I think a lot of it just has to, they've just put the work in. You put the work in, and sometimes when you go through slumps, it just builds on itself. And I think guys have said, hey, we're just going to keep making the right plays, and the shots are going to fall. I mean, Marcus has 10 assists over the last 2 games, and guys are making shots when teams are starting to crowd him, and he's making the right plays, and that, which is spectacular. And obviously, no bigger shot than like the find that he had was an unbelievable pass to Jason for that corner 3, and that trust level and the crispness. And I think that goes a little bit when you're not practicing. When you're going through 5-on-0 and all that stuff, because you don't really have 10 guys that you feel like you want to go live with, it impacts a little bit. Now we can go live, and you start to see a little bit more crispness to us.
What was the message to Marcus during this kind of tough scoring stretch as well? I know he had back-to-back games. I think he was combined 12 of 43 shooting. He had a couple other tough games in there, but obviously a lot more efficient tonight in the last game. Was there any message to him, these last couple of weeks?
I mean, teams have they're doing all kinds of stuff on him. They're really going blocks and elbows. They're crowding the paint. They're not going to let him beat them. And so he's put the time in. He's put the film and watching film and seeing, okay, hey, this happens. He makes that corner pass to Bub for a three. Makes that other one kick up for Jason. He's finding guys around the rim. So now teams are going to have to think twice about crowding that rim, and then they'll start looking like when he's because if you don't help on him, he's going to score. So now we can beat you both ways.
I mean, to put up 80 points with Rashawn only getting 6 points and 6 rebounds as well, what does that say about, the kind of the added depth of this team and tons of contributions across the board?
Yeah, I mean, we're fortunate. I mean, we said it from day one. We have 3 starters in the front court, and Sam, Jason, and Sean, and let's not forget, Sam was starting and playing 38 minutes the game before he got hurt, and so and a testament to him, he very well should have shut it down. He re-injured. This is like we call it Sam version 5.0 because he's kind of been hurt over and over again, and a lot of guys shut it down, and that's the kind of thing to do nowadays is get hurt, shut it down, and take a medical redshirt. And he loves Bowling Green, and he wanted to fight and be a part of winning. So I got to tip my hat to him.
After the first home win, AG said, who wouldn't want to play for this great coach? Talking about yourself. Your first season, I know it's not done, so I have the tournament, but how would you recap your first regular season with BG, getting them back to the tournament, and just how this season has gone so far?
Yeah, we feel pretty good about it. I mean, what I feel good about is we got a group that culturally is fantastic. It's a great group of human beings. So they do everything right. You got 9 guys that are 3.0s. You got guys doing the right stuff in the community, in the classroom. They love Bowling Green. There's a time and place you'll talk about just how many MRIs, and we had 4 fractured ankles. We got partially torn rotator cuff, ACL, and these guys are playing, not for themselves because they want to win. They love Bowling Green, and so the sacrifices that this group has made, that's the stuff I'm proud of, and how we've overcome adversity. Say, hey, we can't score right now, or hey, we're a little short-handed, or this, that, or the other thing, and we've found creative ways to win. And I'd say this year had to be a little more creative than probably any other year in our career because of different lineups and practice habits because of what you have available. And so hats off to our staff, just done an unbelievable job, and the players, and sticking together, because very well when injuries hit and stuff like that, there's way more to it than just being hurt. The psychological part of it, the fatigue, the mental fatigue, all that stuff. So with a great group of guys.
Tenacity for BG, because not only your team, but the winning as well, dealing with the injured bugs. How would you describe the grit of the basketball for this year?
Yeah, and there's no question, and but it's a spirited group. Hats off to the women. They come, there to Western, and it was loud. I mean, Western's not a pushover. They just beat Akron again today, and but they were fantastic. And it's BG supporting BG, and that starts with great leadership. Coach Smeal's fantastic. I mean, both be kind of going through our first year together. We've leaned on each other. He's been a great friend and a great coach, but their program's fantastic. I mean, they're just watching them practice and do everything. And I think when you have good programs on both sides, it impacts one another. So I would say, hey, them going through it and us going through it I think is supported one another.
Just one more. Central Michigan again, and considering how wild the first 2 matchups were, what's the mindset of heading into quarterfinals and facing them?
Yeah, we want to play them. Yeah, we felt like there was a cap on the rim twice. And there's things. I mean, it's going to be physical. It's going to be everything that they do. That's what they do. They muddy the game up. It's going to be on vice grips and battles and bang and all that good stuff. And you lose 2 heartbreakers in overtime that you want that round 3, and so we got our chance to get it.